All right, let's take a look at our practice test. We're told to solve each word problem. And for problem number 1, we have that 3 consecutive integers have a sum of 24. Find the integers. So when we talk about consecutive integers, remember they're going to differ by 1. So for example, something like 1 and 2, those are consecutive integers. Or you could do something like 5 and 6, or maybe something like 18 and 19. But the main idea here is that they're going to differ by 1. So if I let a variable like x represent the smallest of these 3 consecutive integers, I'm just going to abbreviate this and say SM for smallest, and then INT for integer. Well, then you're going to have a middle one, so I need to add 1 to get to that. So I'm just going to put then. We'll go x plus 1. Let's put mi for middle, and then int for integer. And then if we add another 1 to this one, or 2 from the first one, then we're going to get to the largest. So let's go x plus, again, you can go x plus 1 and then plus 1, but really it's just x plus 2. So let's just write that way. And this is our largest. I'm just going to put LG integer. Okay, so to get an equation here, we know from this problem that the sum is going to be 24. Okay, so I can add x to x plus 1 to x plus 2, set that equal to 24, and then I can solve for this smallest integer and then figure out the other ones. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to have x plus this x plus 1, then plus this x plus 2, and again, this is equal to 24. So this equals 24. We'll come back in a moment. So basically, this is x plus x plus x. That's going to be 3x. So let's write this as 3x. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So let's put plus 3. And this equals 24. Let's subtract 3 away from each side of the equation. And I'm going to cancel this. And so what we'll have here is 3x is equal to 24 minus 3 is going to be 21. Let's divide both sides of the equation by 3. And we're going to cancel this with this and say x is equal to 21 divided by 3 is 7. Okay, so coming back up here, we know that this guy is going to be 7. So that's the smallest. Again, we're just adding 1 to get to the middle. So that's 8. And we're adding 1 more to get to the largest. So that's 9. So the 3 consecutive integers, they're going to be 7, 8, and 9. And you can check this by doing some simple addition. 7 plus 8 is 15, and then 15 plus 9 is 24. Again, so we know our answer here is correct. Okay, let's look at problem 2. So we have that 6 consecutive odd integers have a sum of 12. Find the integers. So usually when we're working with consecutive integers, again, we see x, then x plus 1, then x plus 2, so on and so forth based on the problem. If you have consecutive even integers or consecutive odd integers like we have here, well, you have to know that we're going to differ by 2. So in other words, if I think about odd integers, let's just go from 1, then you have 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, so on and so forth. These are consecutive odd integers. So they differ by 2 now, right? So to go from 1 to 3, I need to add 2. To go from 3 to 5, I need to add 2, so on and so forth. So if we let the smallest one be x, and I'm not going to write this out, I think this is pretty obvious, then the next guy is going to be x plus 2, right? Again, if I was going from 1 to the next guy, I would need to add 2, so 1 plus 2 would give me to 3. Then I need to keep adding 2 each time. So now it would be x plus 2 plus 2, so now I would have x plus 4. So x plus 4. So whatever this number is here, I'm just going to keep adding 2 to it. Let me slide this down here. So then the next one would be x plus 6, right? 4 plus 2 is 6. Then you would have x plus 8. And then lastly, you would have x plus 10, right? So this is the smallest. This is number 1, you could say. This is number 2. This is number 3, 4, 5, and then 6, okay? So each time we're just increasing by 2 to get to the next guy. Now it tells us that the sum is going to be 12. So I'm just going to take x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 8 plus x plus 10 and set this equal to 12. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. So I'm actually just going to put this as 6x here. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. And then 20 plus 10 is 30. So let's put plus 30. And this equals 12. And let me make the 3 better there. And so what I'm going to do from here is subtract 30 away from each side of the equation. That's going to cancel. I have 6x is equal to 12 minus 30 is going to be negative 18. Let's divide both sides of the equation by 6. And so this 6 is going to cancel with this 6. And what we're going to have is that x is equal to, we know this is negative, 18 divided by 6 is 3. So x is negative 3. Remember, this is the smallest of the consecutive odd integers. So coming back up here, I know that this is negative 3. Then I'm going to keep adding 2. So this would be negative 1. And then this is going to be positive 1. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 5. And then this is going to be 7. Okay, so let me actually erase this. We have the numbers we need. So this is our answer here, just like this. So if you wanted to check this again, you could add all these numbers together. You should get a result of 12. It's pretty easy to do because you can see that the negative 3 being added to the 3, that's going to cancel and give you 0. The negative 1 plus the 1, that's going to cancel and give you 0. So really you just have the 5 plus the 7, which does give you 12. So this is our answer right here. All right, let's look at problem 3. So the perimeter of a triangle is equal to the sum of the lengths of the 3 sides. Suppose that the lengths of the sides of a triangle are consecutive even natural numbers. What is the length of each side if the perimeter of the triangle is 66 inches? So a very easy problem. Again, the key here is to note that they are consecutive even natural numbers. Okay, we know what a natural number is. Basically, we start with the number 1. We increase by increments of 1 out to infinity. Okay, so basically the smallest here could just be x, right? And then the next would be x plus 2, because again, we're dealing with consecutive even integers or consecutive odd integers. They differ by 2, right? In this case, it would be 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, so on and so forth. Each time we need to add 2 to get to the next guy. So here we have 3 of them. So you have x, then x plus 2, then add 2 to that. That's x plus 4. So this is your smallest, your middle, and your largest, okay? So we know if we add these guys together, we're going to get 66. Forget about the units for right now. We'll put that in a moment. So we'll just say x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to 66. And we know that x plus x plus x would be 3x. So this is 3x plus 2 plus 4 is 6. And this equals 66. Subtract 6 away from each side of the equation. And so this would cancel. You'll have 3x is equal to 66 minus 6 is going to be 60. Let's divide both sides of the equation by 3. And so this is going to cancel. And so we have x is equal to 60 divided by 3 is 20. Okay, so that means that the smallest length of the triangle, you could say the shortest length, is going to be 20 inches. So coming back up here, I'm going to put 20 inches. And then the next one is 22 inches. And then the next one is 24 inches. Okay, so basically if you add those guys together, 20 inches plus 22 inches is going to give you 42 inches. And then 42 inches plus 24 inches is going to give you the 66 inches. So this is the correct answer here. All right, let's look at problem number 4. So here we have if 5 times the smaller of 2 consecutive even integers is added to 3 times the larger, the result is 150. What are the integers? So again, if we're talking about consecutive even integers or consecutive odd integers, again, they differ by 2. So you would let something like x be the smallest. So let's let x be equal to the smallest integer. And then we'll say x plus 2 is going to be the largest integer. Okay. So in this particular case, we have if 5 times the smaller of 2 consecutive even integers. So what's the smaller? It's represented with x. And we want 5 times that, or 5x. Then we say is added to, so that's plus, 3 times. So let me put a 3 and then a multiplication symbol, the larger. So the larger is represented by x plus 2. So again, this is where you have to use parentheses because you need to multiply by this quantity. And then it says the result is, so that's equals, and then we have 150. Okay, so we have our equation that we need to solve. Let's slide down here real quick and see what we have. So this is 5x plus, this will be 3x plus 6 equals 150. So then 5x plus 3x is 8x plus 6 equals 150. Let's subtract 6 away from each side of the equation. And so this right here is going to cancel. We'll have 8x is equal to 150 minus 6 is 144. Let me make this 8 a little bit more legible. And let's divide both sides of the equation by 8. And so we see that this would cancel. And we're going to have x is equal to 144 divided by 8 is going to give us 18. So coming back up here, we want 18 and then 2 more than that, which would be 20. And again, you can always check this by just reading back through the problem. So it says if 5 times the smaller of 2 consecutive even integers, so 5 times 18, which would be 90, and then it says is added to we have 3 times the larger. So the larger is 20. 3 times 20 is 60. The result is 150. Well, yeah, this is true. 90 plus 60 is 150. So you would get 150 on each side here. So yes, this is the correct answer here. The integers would be 18 and then 20. Okay, let's look at problem number 5. So we're told that there are 3 consecutive even integers such that 3 times the smallest plus 6 times the largest is the same as adding 19 to the result of 5 times the sum of the middle integer and 7. What are the integers? So again, another easy one. It's just a matter of modeling it first. If you have 3 consecutive even integers, you could do something like x for the smallest, then x plus 2. Remember, we have to add 2 to get to the middle one. And then you have to add another 2, so x plus 2 or x plus 4 to get to the largest one. And then just put smallest, I'm going to put middle, and then largest just for reference here. Okay, so let's read back through the problem now that we have these guys modeled. So there are 3 consecutive even integers such that 3 times the smallest. Okay, so let me start with that. 3 times the smallest is x, so 3x. And then it says plus. Let me put a plus sign. 6 times the largest. 6 times the largest. The largest is x plus 4. Again, you have to use parentheses here because I'm multiplying 6 by this quantity. And let me make that a little bit better. Then it says, is the same as. That means equals. Adding 19 to. So let me put 19 and then plus. The result of, we have 5 times the sum of the middle integer and 7. So we have 5 times the quantity. We're going to have the middle integer being added to 7. So you have x plus 2 as your middle integer, and then you're adding 7 to that. 5 is multiplying this entire quantity because it's times the sum of the middle integer and 7. So we're summing these guys and multiplying by 5. So we have 3x plus, this would be 6x plus 24 is equal to 19 plus 2 plus 7 on the inside of here is going to be 9. And so we'll say this is 5x plus 45. Okay, so just cleaning up here, on the left-hand side, we know that 3x plus 6x would be 9x. So this is 9x and then plus 24. And this equals, over here, 19 plus 45 is going to be 64. So this is 5x plus 64. So let me subtract 5x away from each side of the equation. And so this will cancel right here. And let me subtract 24 away from each side of the equation. And so this is going to cancel. Then we'll have 9x minus 5x. That's going to be 4x. This equals 64 minus 24 is going to be 40. To finish things up, let's divide both sides of the equation by 4. And so let's cancel this. And what we're going to have here is x is equal to 40 divided by 4 is 10. So x is going to be 10. So that's the smallest of these guys. So coming back up here, you would have 10. And then 10 plus 2 would give me 12. And then 10 plus 4 would give me 14. Okay, so these would be my 3 integers here. And then you can just check this. So it says that, again, there are 3 consecutive even integers such that 3 times the smallest. So 3 times 10 would be 30 plus 6 times the largest. 6 times 14 is 84. If I add these two together, that's 114. So let's put that there. And we would say is the same as. Remember, that's equals. Adding 19 to, so let's put 19 plus the result of 5 times the sum of the middle integer and 7. So the middle integer is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. So this is going to be 19 times 5. So 19 times 5 is 95. So this is 95. And if I add 19 to that, I do get 114. So this is my correct answer. You have 10, 12, and 14.